How does the world's most famous supermodel quietly move on, without anyone noticing it happening in real time? For 3 years, fans watched Gisele Bündchen rebuild her life after one of the most public divorces in modern celebrity history. There were no explosive interviews, no messy social media posts, just carefully chosen moments, subtle hints, and silence. And now that silence has been broken, because Gisele Bündchen is officially married again. And the man standing beside her isn't a Hollywood star, an athlete, or a billionaire, but someone who was there long before the headlines caught up. The news has shocked fans, sparked speculation, and reopened old questions about how this relationship really began. And once you see the timeline, the story feels very different. Gisele and Joaquim Valente reportedly tied the knot in a private ceremony, marking a new chapter nearly 3 years after her split from Tom Brady. No red carpets, no press tour, just a quiet "I do" that instantly set the internet on fire. But this wasn't a sudden decision. Joaquim Valente isn't a stranger who appeared out of nowhere. He's a Brazilian jiu-jitsu instructor, wellness coach, and longtime presence in Gisele's inner circle. Their connection dates back years, well before her divorce became public. At the time, he was simply her trainer, someone helping her stay grounded, focused, and physically strong during a demanding period of her life. Or at least that's how it was presented. When photos first surfaced of Gisele and Joaquim spending time together shortly after her divorce, reactions were split. Some fans believed the relationship moved too fast. Others insisted the bond had likely been forming quietly for a long time. Neither side had proof, but the questions never stopped. And Gisele never answered them directly. Instead, she shifted her lifestyle. After the divorce, she stepped away from the chaos she'd lived in for years. She relocated, restructured her routine, and leaned heavily into wellness, spirituality, and family. Public appearances became selective. Interviews became rare. And whenever Joaquim appeared nearby, it was framed as coincidence. But patterns started forming. They were seen traveling together, attending intimate gatherings, spending holidays in similar locations. Reports claimed they shared daily routines focused on health and mindfulness. Still, neither confirmed anything. The relationship existed in a gray area, visible but undefined. That ambiguity only fueled curiosity. Meanwhile, Tom Brady's post-divorce life unfolded very differently. His return to football, public commentary, and high-profile schedule kept him in constant headlines. Fans couldn't help but compare paths, one loud, one quiet, one reactive, one controlled. And Gisele's silence spoke volumes. When reports surfaced that she and Joaquim were living together, the narrative shifted. This no longer felt casual. It felt intentional. Sources claimed the relationship was deep, stable, and built on shared values. Not passion first, but peace first. That distinction matters, because Gisele has always framed her decisions around emotional balance, especially after the strain of a marriage lived under extreme pressure. Friends have said she wanted something slower, calmer, and more private this time. Someone who supported her world, not competed with it. And Joaquim fit that role perfectly. The wedding itself followed the same philosophy. No paparazzi chaos. No celebrity guest list leaked online. Just close family, trusted friends, and a ceremony reportedly focused on spirituality and simplicity. It wasn't about proving anything to the public. It was about closing one chapter and sealing another. Still, the timing raised eyebrows. 3 years may sound like a long time, but in celebrity culture, it's lightning fast. Some fans questioned whether the emotional transition began earlier than acknowledged. Others pushed back, reminding critics that healing timelines aren't public property. The truth is, only 2 people know when their story truly changed. And Gisele seems perfectly fine letting the world speculate. What's undeniable is how different this marriage feels from her last. There's no branding, no spotlight, no performance. Just quiet consistency. And in a world addicted to oversharing, that restraint feels almost radical. This isn't a fairy tale reboot. It's a deliberate rewrite. Gisele Bündchen didn't rush back into love. She redesigned it. On her terms. In her time. With someone who was already standing in the background while the world watched her fall apart. And now, without a press release or a headline-chasing interview, she's moved on completely. The question isn't whether she married Joaquim Valente. The question is how long she knew this was where she was headed. Because when someone this private finally makes a move this public, it's never accidental. If you want more untold celebrity timelines, quiet power moves, and stories Hollywood doesn't explain clearly, subscribe now. Because the real stories always happen between the headlines.